Welcome, everybody, back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is our new reaction series to Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, chosen by our patrons at patreon.com/boldcast. All of our patrons voted for a bunch of different shows that we had on the poll, and this one was chosen next. So yeah, what do you know about the show? I know pretty much nothing. And I like it that way.
Yeah, I don't really know very much. I know that Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. And
how do you know that?
Because that is the title.
But how do you know that's not like
but
a statement?
I feel like it may be
So you don't know that.
You know that's the title. It was a joke.
Oh, yeah, because I'm being totally serious right now.
The only thing that I've seen from this, I feel like I've seen the promotional thing a lot of her in the bunny outfit in like a room with like lighting.
Yeah, but I haven't seen that anywhere. Like all the other images I may have seen from the show, like it doesn't seem like that's her only outfit that she wears. But
yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't know whether she's like an illusion. I don't know if she is a dream.
She's real or not, or something.
If like it's his senpai, if like the guy is Rascal or the main character, if he dreams of her, and he's like saying I don't dream of her, or if it's like a coy thing. Yeah. I have no idea. Like I kind of like that because it'll be really interesting to get into. My expectation, and I'm fully ready for this to be wrong, is that this is like a sort of romance comedy type show. That's the expectation I have going into it. And that it'll be kind of funny and there'll be some drama, but I don't think based on nothing, based on my, bias, that I don't think it's going to get too crazy. But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your take on it?
Yeah, I think probably similar, that it's probably going to be like more romantic or something. But I also know that pretty much everyone who recommended this show has been like, please don't judge it by the title. It's actually really good. Like way better than you would expect from a show known as Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yeah. And wasn't this recently aired?
Yeah, I think
wasn't that the thing? I think that might be it. It's like how people were asking us to watch Totally Bound Hanako-kun. Because after we started the channel, it was, like, super popular.
But I don't think this was that... we can check if you just go, like, click out. It'll say the 2018. Yeah, like 2 years ago.
But it might have been late 2018.
Yeah. But still, 2 years ago. But people obviously still really like it, so...
Yeah. Well, alrighty then. I guess we'll just get into it. We'll see. Are you expecting to really like this one? I'm not really sure if I'm going to like it or not. But I'm open to it.
I don't know. I'm not super hyped up about this one.
Yeah, same.
But I'm also not wanting to watch it. I'm interested, but I'm keeping an open mind, not setting any expectations for it. Yeah.
Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoy this reaction to Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. If you want to get ahead 1 week on this show and many others on our channel, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast. If you want to take it a step further, you can also see the uncuts for this series, for Naruto, for Beastars, and a bunch of our pre-recorded shows going forward. Not the currently airing ones, but maybe we'll expand it there in the future. But yeah, you can get the uncuts for these episodes on our Patreon as well. So hope you go check that out at patreon.com/boldcast. Anything else you want to say before we get into it?
No.
Alrighty, this is not a market substitute. Support the official release. We're watching on Funimation. You can also watch it on Crunchyroll. If there's a source material, if there's merchandise, you can buy that. We ask that you support the official release. We're not providing this as a free way to watch the show. As with all of our videos, we say this at the start of all of our videos because we genuinely aren't giving... if you're coming here to watch the show, that's not what we're trying to do. That's not our intention at all. We're giving you what we have to say in our reactions. So if you're here like, they talk too much, stop cutting around, turn up the volume. That's not what you're here for. You don't come here for that. Don't have that expectation coming into our reactions. That's not the point of our videos. So, yeah. Hope you enjoy our reaction and review to the first episode of Bunny Girl Senpai. Let's go. Anything you want to say before we get going?
Can I have my pen?
Yes. Let's go. Okay. All right, here we go. Is it like his is it like his dream fantasy girl? Or is it like a girl, his senpai, that he wants to be a certain way or something?
Hmm.
The library? Oh, opening. I like it already. Strong opening.
Ooh.
Is that like Scrabble? What is that? Puberty syndrome?
I didn't see what it said underneath.
A lot of cute girls. Yeah, so she seems like a real person from here. Oh, the Peggies. They did first Boruto ending, and it's so good. They're a good band.
Oh, look at the cats.
This is a dope opening. This is really good. They really fit a lot into there. But what I'm getting from that opening is that it's like and it's because it said like puberty syndrome. I think that he like is growing up and has this weird image of a girl that he really likes. That might be a little over-sexualized.
No one can see her.
Just said, are we not allowed to talk at all? Come here often? Still? What do you mean still?
私を先輩と呼ぶってことは、君、峰ヶ原高校の生徒なの？ 2年1組のあずさ川作田です。あずさ川サービスエリアのあずさ川に花咲太郎の作田。私は桜島舞。桜島舞の桜島に島舞の舞。知ってます。先輩有名人だし。忠告してあげる。今日見たことは忘れなさい。それと金輪際私に関わらないように。分かったのさい。
I'd love to say anything, but I don't think I understand. So it's hard for me to say that I do, because I'd be lying. Jesus Christ. You guys got us watching one of these. See, you guys said this show wasn't gonna be what we expected. So far, you're not proven correct. Just judging by the first couple scenes. Is that girl listening to them? Okay. So far, nothing is, like, not what I expected. So far, everything is pretty much exactly what I expected. Why is she a celebrity?
I don't know.
Is she like an actual? Is she like an idol?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually,
So she's an actual celebrity, not just like a ooh, she's the most famous.
But
you know.
then,
What? Classic girl stealing away the guy friend.
あのさ、話あるんだけど。担当直入に言うけど、今後ユーマとは喋んないで。別に国見と上里さんが付き合ってるのを邪魔してるつもりはないんだ。そういう意味じゃなくて、病院送り事件のことみんな知ってる。ああ、病院送り事件ね。クラスで浮いてるあずさ川なんかと一緒にいると、ユーマの株が下がるから。ユーマがかわいそうだから。その理屈だと、現在進行形で上里さんの株が大暴落してる。売ってんの？ 買ってるんだよ。そんなにイライラして生理か。死ねばか、絶対死ね。もうありえないくさいって。結局のところ、毎日口癖のようにつまらないとか面白いことないかなとか言ってるくせに、本当はみんな変化なんて求めてないんだ。
This is the kind of show I think I would have fallen in love with when I was like 16. I would have fucking loved this shit.
絶対そうだって。一応取っとこうか。ねえかな。お、あ？なんだよお前。人間ですが、そっちは盗撮のようですか。お前。やめなってば。行こうよ。だよあいつ。ありがとう。え？余計なことしないでって怒られるとでも思った？はい。それは思うだけで我慢。だったらそれも言わないでほしかった。ああいうのは慣れてるから。慣れても何かがすり減るもんでしょ。すり減る。確かにその通りね。出なくていいんですか？電車来たし、それにあの人の条件は分かってる。あれですけど。忘れなさいと忠告したわよね。あのバニー姿はエロすぎて忘れるのは無理でした。ちょっと私を想像して変なことしてないでしょうね。
Everyone else just like, what the fuck?
Wait, so that conversation really happened? I'm
I
confused.
guess so.
ねえ、あずさがくん。名前覚えててくれたんですね。君の噂見たわよ。暴力事件を起こして病院送りにした。
Sent 3 classmates to the hospital.
すごいわよね。こんな一個人の情報まで堂々とさらされるんだから。ここまで書かれてるとは知りませんでした。自分で調べたりはしないんだ。魔法持ってないんで。本当に？前は使ってたけど、むしゃくしゃして海に投げ捨てました。
This guy's so edgy. He's so damaged and mysterious.
友達なら2人もいますよ。2人はどうかしら。
Even.
友達なんて2人いれば十分いますけどね。
True.
そいつらと一生友達すればいいんだし。で、先輩はどう思ったんですか？病院送り事件の噂のこと。少し考えればわかるでしょ。そんな大事件を起こした人間が平気な顔して高校に通えるわけがない。で、空気みたいなものじゃないですか。最近じゃ読まなきゃいけないことになってる空気。読めないだけでダメなやつ扱いされる空気。あれって、その空気を作ってる本人たちに当事者意識なんてないから、空気と戦うなんてバカバカしいですって。だから誤解はそのままにして戦う前から諦めるんだ。次は先輩が話してくれる番です。
Yeah, why were you invisible and dressed as a bunny?
私、6歳で芸能界にデビューしたの。朝ドラの主役に抜擢されてからはテレビに映画、CM、ずっと人目にさらされてきて、桜島舞を見かけない日はありませんでした。その頃は楽しかったわ。でもだんだん辛くなってきた。どこに行ってもあの桜島舞って言われて注目されて、それでいつからか願うようになったの。私のことを誰も知らない世界に生きた人が見えてない人がいるって最初に気づいたのは4連休の初日。なんとなく気まぐれで水族館に行ったの。一人で？悪い？最初は気のせいだと思った。みんな魚を見るのに夢中だったからね。
Some kind of magical wish type of thing.
野生のバニーガードをするつもりだったんですか？そう。だから邪魔しないで。クリームパン一つください。すいません。クリームパン一つください。すいません。クリームパン。はい、一つ。はい、一つで。本当は少しだけ困ってたりしませんか？そうね。ここのクリームパンが食べられないのは困るわ。君は私の頭のいかれた話を呼ぶのか僕は知ってるんで。思春期症候群ですよね。
Did they just translate it to adolescence syndrome when in the OP they said puberty syndrome?
It said it right there again as well, by the way.
Puberty syndrome?
Yeah.
誰かと誰かの人格が入れ替わったと。ここは？ 僕のマンションです。
He lives alone?
何もしませんよ。僕が先輩を信じてることを信じてもらうために見せたいものがあります。
Well, he
No,
doesn't.
he
He
doesn't
has
live.
a sister.
Yeah.
What a nice cat.
I bet his parents are out of the country for work all the time.
綺麗にしてるんだ。先輩はその先輩っていうのやめて。君の先輩になった覚えはないし。黒島さん？名字は長いでしょ。はい。さんをつけなさい。では舞さん。君はあずさ川ってイメージじゃないし、作田くんって呼ぶから。どうして脱ぐの？何もしないって言ったじゃない。不潔、変態、露出狂。こんな特殊メイクをしているバカがいると思いますか？触っていい？どうぞ。
This is escalating really quickly.
変な。優しく。どう？すごく気持ちいいです。喜んでるようにしか見えない。どうしたらこんな傷が？それがよくわかんなくて。別に暴行されたわけじゃないです。ただネットでいじめられただけで。既読スルーしたとかで。
What?
クラスのリーダー格の女子からキラメースのコミュニティで悪口を書かれまくったんです。そしたらある日。おかえり。じゃあ。どうした？これが思春期症候群が実在すると僕が信じる。その傷もその時に？理由はさっぱりわかりません。ただ血まみれで病院に運ばれて。英会話の教材を勧められてもいないから安心しろ。この人は学校の先輩だ。桜島舞です。はじめまして。はじめまして、あずさ川楓です。
I'm her translator.
この子はナスです。だそうです。
I really like that cat.
教えてくれてありがとう、楓ちゃん。すいません。極度の人見知りでここにも行っていないおうち大好き少女なの。
She doesn't go to school anymore.
それは舞さんは芸能界に戻るのがいいと思うって話です。何よそれ。いくら舞さんが空気を演じても周りが放っておかなくなるでしょ。芸能界に戻りたがってるみたいだし。いつ私がそんなこと言った？だってさっき電車の中で映画の広告を恨めしそうに見てたじゃないですか。いいと僕は思う。実力も実績もあるんだし、復帰を望んでるマネージャーさんもいる。あの人は関係ない。変な口を出さないで。トイレなら帰るのよ。待って、これあげる。それ以来舞さんの学校に来なくなった。僕は何かとてつもない地雷を踏んでしまったらしい。舞さんの触れてはならない部分に。
What was all that about? Is it just like random like autofill?
お久しぶり。どちら様でしたっけ？来るか。では、はじめまして。
Is she the actress lady? Oh, announcer.
今日は何の用ですか？
I feel like announcer is the wrong word. Is she like a journalist or like a
And she's like on the
like
news.
on the news? Yeah.
注文は救急車1台でよろしいですね。南條さんは桜島舞が活動休止した理由を知ってたりします？少なくとも一般人は知らないようなこと知ってると思うわよ。最近は桜島先輩にご就寝だそうじゃない。吹っ切れたんだ。
They really are wasting no time introducing all the new characters. This is both moving really slow and really fast at the same time.
中身は多分砂糖だよ。透明人間になる的な。女子トイレにでも忍び込もうとしてるわけ。さすがあずさ川、豚野郎。趣味はない。思春期症候群の話なら前に言ったと思うけど、立場だよ。人間の脳は見たくないものは見ようとしない。確かに。でもそういうのではなく、観測理論というのもある。観測理論？この世の中にあるものは誰かが観測して初めて存在が確定するという。あずさ川も箱の中の猫の話でしょ。ああ、確か
Are they going to talk about the butterfly theory or the butterfly effect next, or like chaos theory or something like all the other cliche like scientific stuff?
みんなから観測されていた。つまりはその存在さえ。やっと帰ってきた。そんなに僕に会いたかったですか？お腹減ったな。性格悪い。まあまあ自覚してます。に転身したんですか？買い物ができない2週間でどんどん人が多くなってきてる。藤沢駅周辺はもう全然ダメ。出会い忘れられるわけがない。忘れても絶対思い出せ。しっかりやれよ未来の僕。さすが作。
Interesting first episode.
Yeah.
Fucking packed like bursting at the seams with new stuff.
I know. I want to. Can you find like the picture of where it says what this like the definition of the syndrome? It was in there like
we're on Funimation, so I don't know if I can.
That's true. But it was in there like multiple times. You could just go to the opening.
Abnormal experiences during adolescence due to sensitivity and instability.
Okay.
So you're going through puberty, so magical stuff that happens sometimes.
I just wanted to see what the definition was, because they put it up there multiple times and I couldn't read it fast enough any of the times.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about the show so far?
It's really interesting. I guess not what I was expecting. Like it was like kind of what I would expect, but also kind of not, with the whole like weird magical element of people not being able to see her anymore.
Yeah.
And the fact that he can still see her and the sister can see her, and it seems as though both of them went through it as well, or like the sister, they're like also have that like adolescence syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that has to do with why he can see her, or because he's writing it down so he doesn't forget about her as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it seems like, I'm not sure what that has to do. It seems like he's writing it down because he expects he'll forget it at some point, or something. I don't know if that's a supernatural forgetting or if it's a metaphorical thing. Because it seems like the puberty syndrome or the adolescent syndrome is like an external. This like the themes of sort of bullying and stuff and social dynamics are really, really heavily touched on in this and introduced. So it seems like a physical, what's happening to them is like a physical representation of the sort of anxiety and social stress that they feel being in high school. It seems like that's what this is all about, which is what I meant when I was saying like I would have really enjoyed this when I was like 16 or 17, is because I too was an edgy loner boy who everyone thought was kind of annoying and weird, and sort of didn't really have any friends in high school, and probably would have related to this guy a lot if I'd watched it back then. But yeah, it does seem like what they're going through is meant to be a physical representation or sort of a supernatural. They're experiencing the consequences of social pressures and stuff like that, and because they were talking a lot about, especially what struck me was just so many of the conversations centered around like, especially in the first half in the middle, where it was all about, once the social dynamic, once she got back into school, there was a heavy emphasis placed on like the way that people form friendships and the way that like high school relationships work, and the way that you're treated based on like her celebrity changed the way people saw her, and now because she's so like it's sort of like swinging the pendulum in the other direction, where she's so famous and seen by everyone and is so plastered on every billboard, but then in her personal life she's completely invisible. And then this guy, the main character, who's Sakuta I think is his name, he's so sort of off on his own, and this is just my, I guess this is more of a prediction or a theory as to what happened, because we learned about the hospitalization incident, but we didn't actually like learn I am still fuzzy on exactly what happened. I guess maybe I missed it, but
everyone says that he sent 3 kids to the hospital by just beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But what actually happened was he woke up one day covered in blood with a huge scratch across him in the hospital.
Yeah. So maybe he went like berserk or something, even though he's like the reserved loner who is kind of witty but doesn't really take action at all. Maybe like his adolescent syndrome was him just freaking out and like losing his shit or something.
But he didn't actually hurt anyone.
So we say, but apparently he has memory problems. I'm just diving into.
I guess I was just saying like, and what she said and what he said. Oh, I wish that they would actually think about it like that, because she's just like, yeah, well, if you actually did that, there's no way you'd still be allowed in school. And he's like, yeah, I wish that the fucking rumor mill over there would have that same logic that a normal person would have of a near murderer who put 3 guys in the hospital is not just allowed to go back to normal school.
Yeah.
But everyone, because they already don't like him, rather than being like, oh no, it's so sad he's in the hospital, they're like, oh, this guy in the hospital? Oh, he's crazy. He like put people in the hospital.
Well, I must have missed that, but yeah. And then what happened with the little sister? It's just, again, that to me like solidified that theory of mine that it's sort of a physical representation, because her thing was she just like started getting bullied on the internet, and then just little small cuts everywhere, like all over the place, because that's kind of what it feels like when you're getting fucking bullied on the internet, or like people talking behind your back and shit. It just feels like just a little super painful paper cut, but it doesn't actually, it's not enough to kill you, but it's just enough of it really piles up and really fucks with you.
Yeah, definitely interested. It was really fast. I hope that, like, it was, like you said, it was kind of fast and slow at the same time.
Go ahead.
Like, sometimes it's like, oh, they're just like talking here, but they're talking so fast about so many different like intense topics all the time, and we got introduced to a lot of characters in one episode. It seems
like they really shoehorned in those 2 other girls, the science girl and then the news anchor. Even though they said she was an announcer, that doesn't seem proper. Like, it seems like she's chasing down a story. It seems like she's more of a journalist or like a news anchor. And she said she was covering a story in the area. So maybe we should switch to Crunchyroll, because it seems like Funimation's really dropping the ball in terms of the translation. But yeah, so it seems like they really shoehorned in their introductions. Yeah. Especially the news anchor lady. They just had her for half a scene and then cut to the next girl, and then they were there to like drop a little bit of information or like ask a question and then move on. It seems like they were just, we got to get them on screen so that it's not a complete surprise later. It felt like it would have been better if they just saved that for the next episode, personally. But I don't know how the story's going to progress.
Yeah, who knows how it's going to go, but it did seem like they were trying to shove too many girls into one episode. Yeah. Because they had the jealous girlfriend of his friend. Yeah. And then the sister, and then his Bunny Girl Senpai, and then Science Girl, and then Announcer Girl. Yeah. Which is kind of a lot. But I
think they could have left out the 2.
I think so as well.
Futaba and Nanjo were their names. I think they could have left them out, saved them for later. I don't know how fast the story's going to go from here on out. I hope some more. So, yeah, I wonder what the end goal is here. Because like, so there's some trauma. There's some social anxiety. There's some serious sort of issues that everyone kind of has and is trying to find a way to live with. How does this end is my question. Like, how does what is the
solution to this? This is kind of reminding me almost of like Charlotte or something.
Kinda, yeah.
Definitely much different than that, but the same thing of like, how is there a solution to this? Yeah. Do you just wait for it to go away, or is there something else? Yeah.
Eventually, in real like when you're going through real puberty or adolescence, they seem a little old for puberty. So I don't know why I wonder why puberty syndrome is the choice word there, because they seem like they're 16, 17 or so.
The sister is younger. Yeah. But adolescent, maybe that's why
they are younger than we're thinking, because yeah, it's hard to say with anime characters, but yeah, in real life you just grow out of it or find a way to live with it, like kind of naturally, usually, unless there's something really dysfunctional going on. which it seems like there might be here. One of them is a celebrity, a child star. The other one is like completely isolated from the rest of everyone else. So those are the kinds of things that would create hurdles for proper emotional development in a teenager. So it's, you know, maybe there'll be some extra hurdles there, because his other buddy there didn't seem to be going through the same shit that he is. So and the main guy seems like he's handling it well, but I think he's gonna be forced to sort of confront it at some point, or you know, there's gonna be a boiling point, I'm sure, at some point.
What was going on? I don't really remember, but this kind of reminded me. What was going on in Your Name?
Why is that relevant?
Because I was thinking, what was going on in that? Like, they were like, I forgot, they like switched or whatever.
They switched bodies every once in a while. I mean, spoilers. Why is that important?
I don't know. I was just thinking that was kind of like almost.
Are you kicking shit still?
Keep accidentally kicking that. I was just thinking that was kind of reminded me of that, like the same thing of like, oh, some weird supernatural thing happening during adolescence. Thing.
It's a pretty common. It's exceedingly common. It's like every story that has to do with teenagers, and if there's a supernatural, it's usually that's like a really common metaphor. So, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know where this goes. I don't know what he can possibly. Is he just gonna be there for her, or are they just going to, like, become closer, and eventually is she or one of them gonna fucking die or something? Like, I don't know. I don't know what other conflict. I don't know what's going to happen here.
Being able to see her, and then she would just die because no one could see her?
I guess so. Maybe. I don't know. It's interesting. It does... I can't help but feel like this guy is kind of a... he feels to me like Hachiman from Origairu, which is a similar thing. But Hachiman... Fuck, how much do I want to talk about that? Yeah, I don't know. He seems like Hachiman, but he just seems really this guy seems to be written, I don't know, maybe it won't be like this going forward, but he seems to be sort of a loner's power fantasy. He seems like the edgy kid who's like not super emo, but he's clearly very smart and witty and has a comeback for everything. He's like, this is the kind of guy that I aspired to be when I was like a loner kid in high school and like didn't have any friends and pushed people away, and like he kind of has a tragic backstory, and he's really smart and witty and funny, and he really dunks on the dumb girls at school when they like come up to him with some bullshit. He can really like put them in their place and have them fucking walking off all befuddled at how they just got like shit on by this guy. He seems like the power fantasy of what a guy in like high school could be if they were like a loner or like had social awkwardness. He's like a decently good looking guy. He has this very particular connection with like the hottest, most coveted girl at school. He's the only one who can really see her, you know? So I hope that it's not just a loner's power fantasy, because that's something I liked about Origairu, is that it seemed like it was like that, but it turned out to not be like that. It took an interesting turn in that way. Obviously, I don't want to go into too much about that because I obviously don't want to spoil it. It's a show that's really worth watching, but it ended up being more than just, oh, the loner guy is correct. He's the loner guy, and he's like pushed away from everyone else, and he's kind of smarter than everyone. But you know, is that all it's going to be? I hope not. I hope that he's not just. I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I hope that it's not just that. I hope that he learns something and possibly changes his outlook going forward. And I think he might, because like that's kind of the point of puberty and adolescence, is that you learn and change as you grow. So, interesting stuff. Anything else you want to say before we get going?
Yeah, I like it so far. I think it was a good introduction, but I'm excited. I think these next few episodes will like give it a bit more personality, or a bit more kind of make it its own thing, because it's it definitely has that different element, like the supernatural element thrown in there, which makes it different. But what they do with that and how they sort of go forward with that will determine, I think, how we end up feeling about the series.
Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction and review to this episode of Bunny Girl. You can get a week ahead on Patreon, you can get the uncut on Patreon, and a bunch of other cool stuff there as well. But we hope you enjoyed it most of all. Hope you leave a like and subscribe for future stuff. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you in the next one.